Pronto, Vincenza.
Pronto, Randy, and welcome everyone to our 39th episode of our Pronto Lifestyle Podcast, where we talk about all the beautiful things life has to offer, whether it be fashion, inspiration, self-care goals, you name it, favorite memories. We talk about it all, but more importantly, we get to feature so many influential individuals throughout the community, the country, and the world.
Oh.
I know we're super excited about today's episode. But before we dive into that, which we are very eager in it, right, Randy? Aren't we so eager?
First international guest.
I know. I was so excited when this all got set up. And shout out to the production team of Pronto for obviously making sure that we are able to work out all the kinks and making sure we were able to get here today. So thank you so much for this quick episode, because it was definitely something we were able to pull together in such short notice.
Yeah. It's a dream come true for me. Anything to do with Italy.
Italy, that's right. Yeah. So Randy, actually speaking of that, for your love of Italy, what brought you to that? How did you come about that? Where did the love happen? I mean, was it love at first sight?
Well, my entire family is Italian. You know, I told this story once before, but going to school, I was like third grade, and then none asked me, what nationality I was. And I said, Italian. And she says, you can't be Italian. Last name Curry. So I went home disappointed and asked my mother if I was Italian. She says, you're half Italian.
Half Italian. That's all right. Well, you're 100% Italian today. Everyone's Italian today.
Yep.
That's for sure. But for those of you that may not know, Randy has a skincare line. It's called Carello, by obviously Curry. And it's a phenomenal skincare line. And he uses all natural ingredients, especially olive oil. The good stuff.
Hair care line also.
That's right. And the hair care line. But I truly love the Carello by Curry. The cleanser is out of this world. The eye serum. Yep, there we go. Yeah. There's a picture of the eye serum. I use the eye serum, the cleanser, and my ultimate favorite is the moisturizer. Yeah. That one is phenomenal. It has lavender and olive oil in it, and it's so hydrating and firming and anti-aging at the same time. Sometimes anti-aging and firming products can be over drying and really, really dehydrate your skin, but the moisturizer does not do that.
And all the products are produced in Italy, and I work with a marketing company from Italy, so they're involved in the design and marketing of the products, and they take beautiful pictures. And
perfect. Well, I'm
proud.
That's as you should be. But speaking of other products, I have to mention this one. I know I said it last time, but I'm going to just say it again. Times Fraser Fur, phenomenal. I know I sound like a broken record, but I have to make note of this. I bought the diffuser, and it's been in my restaurant. Mind you, when you mix different aroma and scents in a restaurant, it could it could go south really badly, bad. So I always am very mindful of the scent or the aroma that I may introduce to the inside of the dining room at V&M Bistro. And this has been, there you go. There's an inside look at it, just a little visual. But the inside of the dining room, as you can see there, I have the diffuser sitting actually all the way in the back area, and it complements the natural aroma of the kitchen, of the food that we're cooking or preparing that evening. And it doesn't smell like overpowering. It's really a beautiful scent. So the Fraser Fur, it definitely complements a kitchen or a restaurant dining room very well.
Yeah.
Highly recommend it.
My favorite scent in a restaurant is garlic.
Garlic, is that what it is?
Garlic.
Well, hey, listen, you're true Italian then. You're a true Italian, and I love that. Well, before we jump to the main event, the main part of the show, are you excited for the upcoming holidays? Is there anything else coming up?
Yeah. The holidays are a special time, especially for Thanksgiving. I feel like the family and, no pressure. You just enjoy yourself. And,
it's one of my favorite holidays.
Yeah.
I love Thanksgiving. I love being able to come together and sitting at one table and just feasting all the food that we prepare.
Right.
And it's a beautiful opportunity for obviously the family to get together, but it's one of my favorite holidays.
Any special tradition?
For Thanksgiving, we really embrace the Thanksgiving holiday. I know in Italy they don't really celebrate that, and we can talk to our guest about that. But we definitely embrace the Thanksgiving holiday here, and we do all the dishes: turkey, ham, mashed potatoes, stuffing, green bean casserole, you name it. We go extra, extra, and we love it. And sweet yams, can't forget the yams, the candied yams.
My aunt, who when I first came down here, I lived with my aunt, and she prepared Thanksgiving, Italian, and then traditional Thanksgiving, and we had like wedding soup and lasagna.
Oh, well, speaking of thanks and Thanksgiving, I know that Black Friday is also right around the corner. And I just want to make note of this. And it's important to emphasize as you may be traveling or shopping or both for the holiday, please be safe. It is super important to be mindful of your whereabouts and also be alert, be careful. Everyone else is, going 100 miles an hour. Everyone's just full speed ahead, and through the hustle and bustle, just make sure that you take a moment, slow down a little bit, and just be careful and stay safe as we enter into the height of the season, which is right around the corner.
Yeah, it's funny. It's a busy time of the year for us, but we have developed an online shopping presence, and Cyber Monday is something that thrills me.
Yes, Cyber Monday.
Yeah.
So we're going to talk about that more. We do have another episode next week, I believe.
Yeah.
So we're going to talk about that more. So make sure you get all that information for Cyber Monday, because I'm going to be definitely taking advantage of it. I'm going to get more of the diffusers and the candles, everything from Times. They're going to be sponsoring me soon because I'm definitely just talking about them and talking them up. I'm their new spokesperson. They don't know that yet.
But it's funny, we have people every year. They started like October. When's the Times coming in? Yeah.
I love that. I love that. Well, without knowing too much about Times, the brand, which I thought I knew all of your product that you have here as long as I've been visiting the salons, I didn't know about this.
Yeah.
So why are you keeping it a secret from me, Randy?
We're trying not to. Believe me.
Well, we're very excited about it. And thank you so much for offering that. Again, check it out. All the Curry Hair, Skin, and Nails locations offer this line of diffusers, aromatic candles, really, really beautiful. And they come in the holiday theme. So you can get the traditional, I believe it's the green looking bottles. And then they have the beautiful gold ones, which are really, really nice for the holiday.
Yeah, they make a different packaging, and it's really nice because something for everyone.
Exactly. All right. Well, the moment we've all been waiting for, because we are super excited to finally introduce our guest all the way from Italy. That is correct. Celso LaForgia, born in 1982, son of the well-known orthopedic chief Renato LaForgia and his mother, Eugenia Almada, second of 5 children, raised professionally under the guidance of Chef Antonio De Rosa. After various experiences abroad and outside the region, he returns to Bari and together with his partner, Michele Salvati, starts with a vision and courage, the Urban Project. La Assiceneria Urbana. The urban concept guarantees a true immersion in the culture of Puglia, from the selection of wines to the different types of spaghetti all'assassina to the other culinary excellences offered. Please welcome, all the way from Italy, Celso LaForgia.
Ciao.
Ciao, everybody. Hello.
Oh, Celso, thank you so much for joining us. We are elated. We are excited. We are just blown away. And I mean, obviously, with everything that you have done up to this point, Randy and I have been super stalking you on social media and watching your journey. And it's just such an honor to have you on our podcast. So thank you. Well, Celso, we really need just to get right into it, right?
Yeah, it's 9:00 in Italy.
Yeah, I was just going to ask you, right? It's what's the time difference? About 7 hours?
6 hours difference.
6 hours. Well, thank you so much for just staying up a little bit later for us. Celso, you have definitely wowed the world with everything that you're doing, especially, getting right to it with your famous dish, spaghetti all'assassina. I have to, getting right to it. But before there's a beautiful photo up. Before we dive into that, let's talk about the feature on Stanley Tucci's show, Searching for Italy, the docuseries. You were incredible on the show. So let's talk about that experience. What was that like?
Yeah. First of all, I would like to say thanks to this opportunity that you and Randy give to me and this welcome invitation. Thank you very much indeed.
Prego.
Grazie. Okay, it was amazing that guest in the show because was unexpected first of all because when they called me 2 years ago to ask me if they can do something with us, for me was in the beginning I didn't expect nothing about it because they told us we can try, we can see if somebody works, but we don't know if it would be appearance in the show, so we just record and that's it. Nobody knows if it will appear. After when in September, in October, they called me and they told me that the show was the Assassina was on the show, was quite amazing. That day was wonderful. I mean, Stanley is an amazing person. He makes you feel easy and make sure that you feel comfortable to do the record because in the first impact for me I was freeze because you saw him in person for the first time. I just saw him in the movies, so for me it was quite a shock when he came come to me. I'm Stan, nice to meet you. It was like my English blocked, my tongue was
I forgot how to speak. What? Who am I? Right? Who am I? What's my name? You were starstruck. That's what happened. Yeah. You were starstruck. That is so cool. That is so cool. So he's a nice guy. That's what you're saying. Stanley's a nice guy.
Yeah. He's quite easy actually. Mm-hmm. He started to talk with me about his family, his child, what is his favorite food, like easy conversation to make me feel comfortable. Okay. We drink a couple of glass of wine and then we start. So when he saw that I was comfortable, we start with the show. And was amazing. What an unforgettable day for me. Definitely an unforgettable day, and probably was the beginning of this crazy adventure for me and my staff at Urban. Because from that day, our business started to have this go up to the stars. I mean, wow. Because we start to work with a lot of tourists from States, from England, from Australia, from all over the world that where they can see the CNN and BBC partners. I mean, all the all the countries that could be can show the show. I mean, so we start with a lot of tourists, and from that moment. New York Times come to do an interview with us, so it was quite crazy from that moment, I think.
That's fantastic. It really is, because to see the journey and how it continues to grow and to watch you just thrive, it's beautiful to witness. It really is, because, you know, we're seeing the beginning, but it's only the beginning. You just stay tuned. But more so, just to bring it back a little bit, because I think it's important to talk about, you know, your inspirations, the people that helped you get to where you are. Because we always say on our Pronto podcast that it takes a village. It takes a family of big support helping you succeed and follow your dreams. So let's talk about that a little bit more. And, you know, the people that have inspired you and have taught you. I know we mentioned it in the bio, Chef Antonio De Rosa. Could you share a little bit more about Antonio?
Okay, I think he's one of the best chef in Italy.
Okay,
and not also for me. A lot of my colleagues come from him. I mean, they are because he is a teacher in the school, first of all. After he's a chef. So when you start to work with him, you grow up with him. I mean, now I got a lot of colleagues that are chef in beautiful places, hotels, restaurants, and everybody come from that school, from that teacher, from Antonio. And is a beautiful mind, very curious, a passionate of food, a passionate of tradition. So is an inspiration every day for all of us. I mean,
that's beautiful, really beautiful. And I admire that you credit him for your success, because it's important to talk about your teachers, the people that have guided you, supported you, uplifted you. And I love that you mentioned your parents. And that's really beautiful that you share that with the world. Because again, if it wasn't for them, right, you wouldn't be here, right? So it's beautiful that you share that with the world. Let's talk about spaghetti alla cecina. The famous dish that's about to take America by storm. I'm saying it first. America does not know what they're in store for. It's about to become the most famous dish in America. I'm saying it now, Celso, and you're going to thank me later, okay? I'm saying it now. So let's talk about spaghetti alla cecina. Explain it, because I know, but Randy doesn't know.
Okay, spaghetti alla cecina is a typical dish from Bari, from Bari culture. Bari is the capital of Puglia, the hill of Italy. So is quite recent recipe from Bari, because was invented in the end of the 60s, beginning of 70. And okay, this restaurant is called Sorso Preferito. In this restaurant, Chef Enzo Francavilla went to customer, asked him to do something new, because they was bored about all the food they try in Puglia, because they try everything in Puglia, like orecchiette, riso patate cozze, parmigiana. So they want something new. They ask for something new. And Enzo Francavilla got just this spaghetti, garlic, chili, and olive oil and tomato sauce. So inspired about this typical plate from Sunday night, Sunday dinners called pasta fritta, that is the pasta that you left from the Sunday lunch, that you deep and fried in the panel with olive oil and make it crunchy. So the inspiration comes from that dish, and make this spaghetti. So the spaghetti, the particularity of the spaghetti, that they are crunchy and spicy, because there are chili inside. You make it crunchy because you let it burn in the pan, in the pot, I mean. So is the different from the other kind of pasta in Italy is that you cook the pasta directly in the sauce, like risotto.
Wow.
Right.
So the texture of the pasta is completely different. It's more crunchy, is not so smooth like the pasta. Is more al dente.
Right.
So it's completely different between the other kind of pasta, and for this reason, start to be famous, because everybody are curious about it, because it's completely different.
It's right. They're curious, and I love that.
My mouth's watering.
Right, your mouth is watering. You're hungry, right?
Yeah.
With all these beautiful photos, really just beautiful photography, but it does paint the picture of what the dish is like, and it truly is an art. I have had the opportunity to continue to watch and see you online and see the articles, the New York Times articles. I mean, that is such an honor.
Wow.
PMQ Pizza Magazine did an article about Celso's visit to America, which I have to talk about. So not only are you coming to America, you are coming to Wilmington, Delaware. And that's right, everyone who's listening. Celso LaForgia will be a guest chef at V&M Bistro on Saturday, December 7th.
I'm buying my tickets.
Yes,
tonight.
we are selling tickets, limited seating, limited supply of seats that will be available for this experience. But Celso has been so gracious. Not only is he coming in and flying in, he's flying in his team, and he is going to be at V&M Bistro in Wilmington, Delaware. That's right. And it's just truly an honor. And we're so just excited. We're so excited about your visit. And I know that he will be making appearances in New York, and it's almost like a whole tour.
Wow.
But this is just only the beginning. I am telling you, this will be one of the many visits to the U.S., which we're really, really excited about. Now, Celso, I know that I've had the chance to share with a lot of our viewers, and even on my social media pages and the website for vmbistro.com about your visit. Could we talk a little bit about the prefix dinner? Just a little, give them a little taste about what.
No pun intended.
Yeah, I know. Give them a little taste of. He's doing a live demonstration of the dish, Randy. Right, Celso? You're going to do a live demonstration of the dish.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So just a little taste of what you're excited to bring to Delaware.
I can't wait to be there. Actually, can't wait. Okay, me and my team, we will try to bring a bit of Italy, a bit of Puglia in the States. So we did. I organized a little menu from starter until the dessert, to make sure that in that menu you will find a journey of Puglia. So we start with Parmigiana eggplant. We will try two kinds of spaghetti all'assassina, the classic one, and another version more gourmet. After we will have a dessert from Puglia. So we hope so to bring you in to make you fall in love for Italy, for Puglia.
Exactly. And I don't know. I know Celso knows this. Randy, do you know my family's from Puglia?
No.
The same town.
Wow.
Right. Bari. Yeah. Well, Mola di Bari, but Bari. Same thing, right? It's close.
It's not far.
It's not far at all. Same region.
It's so close.
That's right. We're from the same town. So it's really, again, it's a pure joy that we're able to host Celso at V&M Bistro, but also to talk about and share the food and the wine from Puglia. That's another thing that my sister Margherita is in charge of. She's in charge of selecting all of the wine, and all of the wine will be from Puglia. She's been definitely diligent in making sure that she gets the best wine, which we're really, really excited about for this experience. And also, just for those listening, that Celso will be doing a live demonstration of the creation of spaghetti alla Cecina, the dish that Stanley Tucci calls, unconventional, goes against all the methods of cooking pasta. But I love how, I think it was the New York Times that described your dish, Celso. It's fiery and sexy.
Wow.
Love it. I love it. I was like, it's a dish that slays. I'm like, isn't that V&M Bistro, Randy?
Who doesn't like that? Right? The combination.
Right. But isn't that V&M Bistro right there? Yeah. Right. The dish that slays. Right. He's coming to the best spot. Oh, okay. So they're saying about, so if you, we have one of our listeners that is tuning in and asking if they can share the episode that you were on. So there's a video of you in action, if they can share the episode. So Celso, where can listeners and viewers go to find you, search you, and see your episode that you were on Stanley Tucci, Searching for Italy, and visit, your pages? Where can they go to find it?
Okay, the episode in US you can find on the website of CNN series. You can find Stanley Tucci Searching for Italy. The second season is actually in the, my mind doesn't me any jokes, could be the 4th or 5th episode.
Okay,
but the one about Puglia, Stanley Tucci Searching for Italy. Each episode is about one region of Italy. So you can find Puglia, Calabria, Lazio, Lombardia. So the one of Puglia, you can find my one. It actually is in the beginning of the episode of the show. It could be 5 or 6 minutes after the beginning.
Okay.
So on CNN, you can find it. Also on BBC, if you are not in US, if you are in England or another country from if you can speak English, I mean.
Okay.
And about the Stanley Tucci show.
Okay. Yes. And if you go to Google and you just search Stanley Tucci Searching for Italy and type Puglia and even Celso LaForgia, you'll be able to, you'll find it. I only know this because I've been searching you for and just preparing. I know, super stalking. I'm a super fan, Celso. But I've been searching you, and that was the best way to look up your video. We have another question from one of our fans. Do you only use fresh pasta to make? Oh no, do you use fresh pasta? Let's talk about that.
I don't use fresh pasta. I use because the problem of the fresh pasta that is too smooth. You have to use the dry one, right? The spaghetti, the dry spaghetti, the one you can find at the market. The superstore, because you need to cook the spaghetti in the water, and that you need that the spaghetti will stuck in the pot in the pan after 20-22 minutes of cooking. So you need to have the dry one, not the fresh one.
Correct. That was actually a very good question. So I'm going to answer this question from a fan: sauce or gravy, right? It's sauce for me. This is so Celso, this is a very popular question in America. They call like pomodoro, like ragu, like pomodoro, like the sauce that we cook, that we put on our spaghetti or whatever it is. The Americans, that they like to say, some like to say gravy, some like to say sauce. I always say sauce. Have you ever heard of this before?
No, never.
All right, now.
Actually, when I work in London, when they talk about gravy, they talk about the sauce on top of the meat, like the gravy sauce on top of the meat, not about the tomato sauce. That
is correct. I agree with you. But some people think different. That's okay, though. They call things a little different here, and that's okay. Oh, here's another great question. How did you learn to cook?
Actually, in the beginning, I started alone, because for me it was a passion, first of all. I love to cook. I love to eat. And when I was at home, 12 years old, 13 years old, I started to try to cook something at home. And in the beginning, it was not easy for me because, my father is a doctor. My mother was a nursery. So 20 years ago was not so popular try to be a chef. It's not like now that, all the chefs are superstar show TV heroes. 20 years ago was just a busy work and a work not for people that doesn't want to study. So when I told to my parents that I would like to be a chef, in the beginning was not easy to convince them, because for my father, for my mother, was just a way to stop study, to quit the school and stop study. So I remember my father used to tell me, if you start to try to do a cook or a chef in the future, I don't know if you will be good for you, could be a mess if you come back and it's not a work of your life, you just lose time. But after years, when he saw my passion and sacrifice, I moved to London. I stayed in London 8 years. He came to join me in London, and he saw what was my performance. So after he convinced himself and support me in all the ways. But in the beginning, it was quite hard to convince them that was not a joke for me. Was a real passion.
Right. And that's beautiful that you share that with us, that it wasn't all smooth sailing. It wasn't, easy. You had to prove yourself. Yeah. But that's the kitchen. That's the chef world, the culinary world. You don't just walk into a kitchen and become a chef. No, you have to earn it. You have to earn the respect in that space. And I'm really happy that your parents support that, and that your dad was convinced. That's beautiful.
And to see the number of shows on cooking in the United States, it's like, everywhere.
Right.
Shows on cooking.
Oh, yes. In the States, the cooking channel has become so popular.
Yeah.
The Food Network, the Cooking Channel, all the cooking shows, you name it. It's become very, very popular here in the States. Is it like that in Italy as well?
Yeah. In Italy, we got a lot of TV show about food, about hotels, about restaurants, about like MasterChef, like Hell's Kitchen. There is a lot of show, like there is a one called For Restaurants. So there is this chef in Italy that go in for restaurant and try the typical plates of that area and compare them, which one is the best. So there are a lot of TV show in Italy about food.
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me, but I'm sure the shows are incredible in Italy. I'm sure the cooking is phenomenal. I mean, we think we know cooking here, but I'm sure the shows are really entertaining.
What's a chef? Barefoot Contessa?
I don't know that. Is that a show?
No, it's a woman that's famous for dishes.
Okay.
Barefoot Contessa.
Have you ever heard, Celso?
Contessa?
Yeah.
No, I never heard about it.
No, never heard. We'll have to look into
Italy,
that.
She's from Italy, but there's lots of shows she's on in the United States.
Okay.
And she did cooking books and, really popular.
No. I don't know. The one I know from Italy that is, I don't know if it's in US is quite popular, but in Italy is popular is the Pasta Queen.
Yes. That's popular here too.
Yeah.
Okay. I know the Pasta Queen. She's quite good. And no, from Italy, in US, I don't know nobody else actually.
That's all right. Celso LaForgia is also very popular. Oh yeah. I'm definitely a super fan. You could tell. But going back to spaghetti alla Cecina, you offer that particular dish at your restaurant. Now, do you offer other variations of this dish?
Yeah. we start from the classic one. From that one, we actually every 6 months we change our menu. So every 6 months we think about something new. Now in the menu we got 12 kind of spaghetti all'assassina. And the particular is that in our restaurant, you got just that main course, just spaghetti all'assassina. You don't have nothing else. So if you come in a restaurant, you come just to have spaghetti for that dish.
What's the texture? Sorry, what's the texture?
No.
You spin it like with a fork or cut it?
Yeah. No. You cannot. Actually, if you try to cut spaghetti with the knife, every time that you try to cut spaghetti with a knife, one Italian chef die.
Did you hear that, Randy? Okay.
Well, I thought it was a different texture.
No.
You eat it with a fork.
The texture is different, but you can spin around. You can eat like the classic way of spaghetti.
Okay.
Yes. So just because one of our viewers and listeners has asked this question, I'm sure it's something that people are very eager to research and find out more about the spaghetti all'assassina, which the translation is the assassin's pasta, right?
Yeah.
Julia's killer spaghetti, right?
Yeah, because when they made it, when they invented the pasta, this pasta didn't get a name. But when the chef asked a feedback to the customers, the customers say to him, "They are quite good, but are you trying to kill me? They are so spicy." So from that moment, they start to call him spaghetti all'assassina, so killer spaghetti, assassin spaghetti.
I love it. And it's something that's very different. It's the unconventional way of cooking pasta. So let's talk about that some more. How, if you could, briefly, because I know the dish takes some time to prepare, but if you could briefly describe how you prepare spaghetti all'assassina.
Okay. You have to think about it like a risotto. So you start from putting in the pan some extra virgin olive oil, some garlic, and some chili flakes. You put the raw spaghetti in the pot. You toast the spaghetti, and when all the spaghetti are toasted and became like lightly brown, like biscuit color, you go to for hydration. So you put some tomato sauce and hot water with salt. Tomato sauce in Italy, tomato sauce is like I don't know if you call marinara sauce. How do you call it in
yes,
US?
Marinara. That's correct.
Like marinara sauce. So you put some marinara sauce on top and hot water and salt, and you let it cook like a risotto. So you don't touch it until they start to stuck in the pot. And when they start to stuck in the pot, they start to be crunchy. And you let it cook until it starts to be crunchy, cook it, and spicy. Actually, it's not difficult, it's not a difficult technique, but you have to balance all the flavors.
Right. You say it's not difficult. It is difficult. My sister Margarita tried making it. She said you have to practice because if I remember watching, you said you have to listen, right? The method to cooking is you have to listen to the sound of it.
Yeah, because but every dish in the kitchen you have to listen. You have to cook with all the 5 senses.
That's
in the
right.
kitchen, because you have to smell, to see, to touch it, to hear, and but in this one, when you start to cook the assassina made a different sound. When you go to the finish, start to have this sound like. So he starts to tell you that the moment is good, so they are ready. So you have to hear what your food telling you, try to telling you.
That's right. I love that you said that you use all of your senses in the kitchen. And that is very true. So when I see someone in the kitchen with AirPods on their ear, I always say, take those out of your ears. You need to listen to the food. You need to listen to your team. You need to listen to the sounds of the kitchen, not just smell, see, and taste. Very good advice to anyone listening. It's super important. But this particular dish, the spaghetti alla cecina, you have to obviously use all of your senses to get it right. And I know that is to be true because my sister tried making it and she said it was quite difficult. So I'm sure that you say it's easy because you've been doing it for so long, but you make it look like an art. When I watched your show or your episode on Stanley Tucci Searching for Italy, you made it look so effortless. The way that you tossed the pasta and the way that you presented it in the bowl, the presentation alone was just beautiful, really beautiful. And you can see from all the photos we've been showcasing. And I love that you make different variations of spaghetti alla cecina. I can't eat super spicy foods.
Sure.
I can't eat super spicy foods. So I love that you make different variations because from my knowledge, it helps tone down the spiciness of it, correct?
Yeah. We do have, we are specialized on this plate. So we do version without chili for childs because we are family friendly restaurant. And we do the one for celiac people, so without
gluten free.
Gluten free. Yeah.
Oh,
also.
That's good to know.
And we do version vegan, vegetarian, with fish, with meat, because I think that when you go to the restaurant, you have to be easy. I mean, it's a moment of relax. Could not be stressful. And in this moment, in this age, there are a lot of people that suffer about food, allergies, all this stuff. So lactose free, gluten free, all this stuff. So you have to be ready to do something for all these kind of people. If
That's
you want,
really nice.
So you have to work on it. I mean,
right, you're able to accommodate.
Yeah, absolutely. For example, in our restaurant, we use all the cheese is lactose free because we don't have. I don't want to have any problem so I organize all the stuff to use directly the lactose free food, lactose free cheese, to don't have any problem, any contact with lactose without lactose. So
nice.
I think is the future.
Because, yes, it is.
Will be worse, like from all this allergic and all this stuff. So you have to be prepared about it.
I really admire the fact that you are so in tune with the future of your industry. I think that's super important, and I'm glad that you highlighted that, Celso, that you are able to accommodate this unique dish for anyone that has any type of dietary restriction or allergy or request. And that makes you a great chef. That you're able to take a one-of-a-kind, unique dish, especially how it is prepared, and be able to accommodate anyone. So everyone and anyone can taste your work. And I think that is very true when you said that this is the future. It really is.
On your visit, do you have to bring a lot of the ingredients to America?
Okay, not a lot, but the principal ingredients, because I got some partners here in Italy where we used to work with, and they are also excited to come in US. So all the pasta, all the peeled tomato, some wine, and some fresh cheese like burrata cheese and stracciatella cheese. They want to be with us in the States, so they are organized to travel with us and to ship all the all the stuff in US to have the properly food to the properly ingredients to do the correct assassino.
That's right. The correct assassino. We're getting the best ingredients all the way from Puglia. That's right. And that's what's important. We talk about that all the time at V&M Bistro with my family, Celso. And Randy knows this because I share it with him all the time about the importance of quality ingredients. Really can shift an entire dish. If you use quality, fresh ingredients, it will only elevate the dish to the next level.
I have a product company that's produced in Ancona, Italy, and I visit quite often. And the ingredients is, like, no matter what you have, the ingredients is
everything.
Absolutely.
It's so true.
Because I remember when I was in London that I used to work with vegetables, all this stuff, and I remember that when I used to come back for holiday in Italy, and just the smell was different. Well, about the fruit, vegetables, and when I used to try, I don't know, a tomato, simply tomato, was a journey for me because it was the taste was completely different, was amazing, and the quality of food is 50% of the of your plate. I mean,
that's right, and it does. Again, you do taste it in the finished product when you use quality ingredients and fresh ingredients, which is super, super important. I wanted to touch on this earlier. I didn't get a chance to ask about your partner, Michele Salvati. Did I say it right? Salvati?
Perfetto.
Oh, beautiful. Grazie molto. I've been practicing my Italian, and it's so funny. My parents speak fluent Italian, but they speak the dialect. So the dialect is very different from.
So they speak Barese.
See, and it's very different. So I'm so used to both and being exposed to both that I confuse the both. And I'm like, forget it. I'm just sticking to English. But I always try to practice and listen. And I feel that I can understand better than speak. So I always am practicing, but let's talk about Michele. How did you come about and how did you create this partnership?
Okay, actually, me and Michele knows each other since I got memory, because our family live side by side, because my family, LaForgia's family, is at the 20 of Via Nicolai. Michele Salvati's family is number 10 of Via Nicolai. Wow. So we are close. In this, so close. So we grew up together. We went at the same school together from the beginning, when we was 5 years old. So we know each other since I got memories.
Beautiful.
And we grew up together. We spent time together at the school. Then we lost each other for years because I went to London. He went to Brno in Czech Republic. To do his things, to work. He grew up in that area, but we meet again each other at the beginning of 2050. He wants to try to do something to open a restaurant, so he called me. We work on it together. And we opened in the end of 2060 Urban together. So for us, it's quite a sum. It's not a restaurant. Because also for me, it's particular because, I opened Urban in the end of November of 2060. After 3 days, my second son have a birth. So the days of birth of the restaurant of my second son was so close.
Yes.
For me, was a week, unforgettable week, actually.
Wow. So, but it's exciting, right? All this excitement happening, which is the best part about it. And I love that you're able to share that story, how it started off as, you were neighbors and you grew up together, and then every full circle, it comes back. Will Michele be coming to America with you?
Yeah. We are coming together, actually.
Excellent.
We are coming together. I'm coming in the States with Michele, with my sous chef Simona. She's a little young lady. She's 24, but she's with us since she got 60. Because she come out from the school. So I teach her everything since she was 60. And now I give her the keys of my kitchen.
You trust her.
So she's lucky.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Right. They're lucky to have each other. Yeah. The trust and the respect that you have developed between the two of you is beautiful, but at the same time, it's something that you have to admire. And it's hard to trust your baby, right? It's hard to trust your child, your restaurant, right? That's your baby. If it's someone else, and that's exciting that she's also coming to the US. Very excited to meet your team, which is really, really, really great. Let's talk about so the website for the restaurant. So what is the website for the restaurant, and then your socials? I think we'll be able to post that at the bottom. What's the website for the restaurant?
The website is urban.bio. bio, like biologic bio.
Okay. Yeah, we and then you could see at the bottom all the Instagram pages. We have Celso LaForgia, his personal account, and then the 2 restaurants, which I hope and pray that I'll be able to visit those 2 restaurants.
Bring me.
We're gonna make it a trip, and then we'll do like a special Pronto podcast segment remote.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Part 2. That would be so fun. Well, Celso, we are starting to wind down with the interview. We can talk all day with you. Well, all night in Italy, all night. We just need some wine and spaghetti alla cecina next time we sit down and talk. But we will have that, because on December 2nd in Wilmington, Delaware at V&M Bistro, Celso LaForgia will be there, and we will be able to enjoy wine and spaghetti alla cecina with you, which we're very excited for. And we wish you continued success, which is something that you should be very proud of. I'm sure you are, but as a reminder, you should be very proud of your success up to this point.
Grazie.
Of course. All right. Well, before we end, we have a traditional question that we do, and we have to share that with you. So this is the traditional last question of the interview. If you could interview anyone on a podcast, who would it be and why?
Okay, probably will be Anthony Bourdain, Chef Anthony Bourdain.
That's a good one.
Because I'm very fascinated about him. I wrote LA Kitchen Confidential, and in some episodes I found it also my life. I mean, when I start in London, I was 22 years old, different country, far from home. In that moment of the war, you cannot got the WhatsApp doesn't exist. Was just cell phone and mobile phone, and you can. Was not cheap to call in Italy. So I remember that I was in London. I was able to call in Italy just one time a week on the Sundays for a couple of minutes. So it was quite hard for me. But what I think is part of your way, part of your grow up. as a man, as a professional, as a chef. So I enjoying a lot. I mean, but when I wrote the book of Kitchen Confidential, I saw a lot of my life in that book. So if I was able to ask him something else that he didn't write because he cannot was able to write it because it was not polite, I don't know. I would like to ask him something about it.
See, that's a good one.
Yeah,
that's
incredible.
a good one. Anybody that knows Anthony in Bourdain in the industry, the restaurant industry, we all know him.
Yeah.
He's an icon. Unfortunately, passed away a long time ago. But he is still to this day. We admire and talk about him and honor him. And there's that famous quote that circulates all throughout social media, and so many different social media pages, even outside of the restaurant industry, share that quote. And it's something that it's very long, so I can't quote it. It's that long, but it's definitely tells a story about the restaurant industry and the blood, sweat, and tears that go into it, and how unique the industry is, and how he puts, he puts it on a pedestal in a good way where, you don't understand us until you walked in our shoes, but what you learn from the industry, you can't be taught. Like they can't teach that in school. They can't teach that in school. You learn soft skills that you only can learn working in a restaurant, where no schooling, no education can teach. And he just puts it in obviously more eloquently in words. And the quote that everyone shares is the one that people connect with. So that's a good one. Yeah, that's a good one, Celso. It makes sense. It makes sense. It does make sense.
Team's so important in anything. Like if you have a outstanding team, like, they're supporting your dream.
That's right.
Yeah. The fabulous thing is that everybody support me, but everybody are dreaming with us, with me, with Michele, because for us it's like a big family.
Right.
We got 24 guys that believe in us, and we believe in them, and we are grow up together. I mean,
right.
And it's beautiful, when you feel that people trust in your ideas and believe in your ideas. Is give you the power to go to push and go in that direction. I mean,
that's very true. Yeah. Very true. Well, we believe in you, and we are very excited for you to visit Wilmington, Delaware. Yeah. And we wish you safe travels as you take on this new experience. Will this be your first time in the States?
No, but for me, it's the first time in that area of States. Perfect. I've been two times in Miami. I've been one time in LA. But I never been in New York. I never been in Delaware. So for me, it will be a new one.
Very excited.
I'm very excited. Very excited. Can't wait.
Perfect. Well, we can't wait. Celso, thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate you taking time away from your very busy restaurant in Puglia, Italy. And thank you to your team for allowing you to be on this interview, because I know how difficult it is to take the chef out of the kitchen, especially around dinner service. So thank you so much for joining us. And we look forward to seeing you on December 2nd in Delaware.
Yeah.
All right. Take care. Ciao.
Oh man!
Right, right, Randy. Right.
I'm buying my tickets.
You're buying your tickets, right? I'm telling you. I said it first. It's something different. I am third generation in the restaurant industry, and I'm exposed to all different types of cuisine. And it's because I enjoy eating other types of cuisine, not just Italian. And this is something different. There are millions of pizzerias. This is different. This is just something out of the box, something unique. It tells a story. And he's not doing something new. it's something that he's bringing back to life that's old.
And taking it to a new level.
Exactly. He's elevating it to a new level. Remember, it's the dish that slays.
Right. How many courses?
So what we will be offering at VNM Bistro, and you can go to vnbistro.com for tickets. We still have tickets available. They are selling very quickly, and we only have a limited supply. It's not like we can sell 100. We can't. We're not able to. We have a very limited supply. Saturday, December 7th. You can visit vnbistro.com for all the information. It's a 3-course prefix dinner, and with wine pairing. So wine is included, and everything is Puglia inspired, and that is the region my family is from. So it's extra special for us that we're able to share this journey. And I love how Celso puts it. We're sharing the journey through Puglia. And we're very excited to host anybody interested. We are selling the tickets still, but also Celso. We're excited to host Chef Celso LaForgia and his team that he's flying in from Italy. And we're super, super thrilled about this whole experience, because not only will you have a chance to taste his cuisine, but he's going to do the live demonstration of the creation of the dish. And that's what it's all about. And he didn't touch on this. This dish takes time.
Really?
It takes close to 30 minutes, a little bit less than 30 minutes to prepare. So this dish puts a lot of love into it, a lot of passion, as he mentioned earlier, and he uses all of his senses. And that's what makes it extra special.
Wow.
You don't want to miss this, and a chance to meet him, which, again, we are all just so excited about it. And Randy, don't forget, you got to be there.
No, I'm definitely going to be there.
Yeah.
And
it's a must.
Yeah.
I mean, the fact that he was on Pronto, you have to, we're going to get a photo, all 3 of us, which will be perfect, right?
But I love spicy foods, and I love Italian food. So.
Oh, that's perfect. It's a win-win.
Yeah.
Win-win. And I love that he's able to accommodate. I really appreciate that.
Yeah.
He has he has this unique dish, but he's able to accommodate all dietary needs, whether you have celiac, whether you have a dairy allergy, whatever it may be, or if you want vegan or vegetarian or whatever it may be. And I love that.
Yeah.
I really appreciate that. And that is what makes him a great chef.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. Well, again, another phenomenal episode of Pronto. And again, our first guest all the way from Italy, international. Pronto's international now.
I know.
and I love that I was able to test my Italian, right? I think I did a good job.
Beautiful job.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Had some practice. Again, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Well, thank you everyone for joining us. Please stay tuned for our next episode. Visit all of our social media pages. Follow us, Pronto Podcast, on social media or our personal pages. Visit our website if you're interested in being a part of the show. We're always looking for sponsors if you're interested in sponsoring a segment of Pronto. So definitely check out our Pronto website for all that information.
And get your tickets.
That's right. Oh, yes. Get your tickets for the guest chef experience at vnbistro.com. Pronto, Randy.
Pronto, Vincenza.